Hey there, everyone. This is Michael Dougal with eXp Realty, your resource for the Greater Toronto Area real estate market. I'm really excited because we have all the data extracted from the MLS for February 2024, so you can be educated as a buyer or a seller. And we've been eagerly awaiting this information because January was a very unusual month. It seemed like the first half of January, the market was slow, and the second half of January, we saw that listings were selling over asking price, and there was some signs of the average price increasing. And February confirmed just that, in the sense that the average price did actually increase. Looking at this chart here, it went up from $1,030,000 to $1,010,000 in February. And looking at this graph here, we can see that the average price had actually increased for the first time since September to October. Although the average price is also the same as where it was back in February 2023 at $1,010,000. So we can see that prices did come up back in June 2023 to $1.2 million. And then after that, they slowly, you can say, came down. And I want to draw your attention to this graph over here, which shows the number of sales as well as the number of active listings. And this really tells us a lot as far as, is it a seller's market? Is it a buyer's market? Is it a good time to list your property? Should you be patient in listing your property? And we can see that the lines are actually starting to come a bit closer, which represents more of a seller's market, because going back to October, there was only 4,600 sales and there was over 19,000 active listings, which basically means that it would take a long time to sell your property, and most likely you wouldn't be able to realize the price that you'd want. We can see the numbers in February 2024, 5,600 sales, and the number of active listings has not increased at the same rate as the number of sales had, with just over 11,100 active listings. So we have slightly higher average price. We have a higher number of sales compared to the past several months. Although what you should know is that the number of sales still is below baseline, as the 10-year historical average has been that the GTA has 90,000 sales per year. So the number of sales in a healthy market each month would be somewhere around 8,000. Although something I've learned from being in the market every single day is that the major difference between the marketplace now versus several months ago is that listings are selling very quickly. Now, the average price really hasn't changed too much, but if you list a property, you'll know in the first week whether or not you're overpriced, because you're going to get a lot of showings and you're going to get feedback pretty quickly. Whereas several months ago, it was that you would have to list a property and be very patient to get some showings, to get some feedback for it to be an indication whether or not you're overpriced. And that's illustrated right here. We can see the months of inventory and the days on market. And look how significant the days on market decreases if we look at January and February 2024, with our average home selling in only 25 days. But more importantly, that the months of inventory is the lowest it's been since June 2023, only at 1.98. And months of inventory, also known as the absorption rate, is the best indicator of whether or not we're in a seller's market or a buyer's market. A seller's market being that you list your property, you're able to realize a good price in a short amount of time with least amount of stress. And so this number being lower definitely represents that it's the best time to list your property. And so this number being so low right now is a good indicator that we're sort of back to the usual GTA market. I've been licensed over 10 years and we've seen a hot market, I would say 80% of the time. We just have to accept that we are in a very high demand city. Now let's take a look at the average price and how it's changed across property types. So detached homes, there's a slight increase by 0.2%. Semi-detached homes are up by 5%. We're comparing February 2024 to February 2023. Now this is surprising because townhouses, they've actually come down in value. So we don't usually see that happen. We usually see that when semis go up, townhouses go up in value as well. It could just be the fact that we have limited buyers when it comes to townhomes. Not everybody wants to live in a more like narrow kind of living space and have so many stairs to walk up. And the condo apartments are down by 1.5%. There is a significant difference now between condo apartments and your typical freehold home. I think that condo apartments are taking much longer to sell, and that's what's keeping the average days on market higher, around 25, whereas it would probably be around like 15 to 18 if it weren't for the condo market slowing things down. And here's how the average price has changed throughout the past 5 years. We're specifically looking at the month of February each year to account for any seasonal variabilities. We can see that the average price, it's gone up slightly within the past year, up to 1.108 million. And the market, of course, peaked around this time of the year, 2022. That's when prices were very high, with the average home selling at $1.334 million. Although back in February 2020, the average price was $910,000. And can you think, this was like right before the pandemic happened? So prices still surged, prices still persisted, and they increased in 2021. So, and what are your thoughts about this information? And do you feel that prices will continuously be going up, or would they be coming down? I want to see your comment in the comment section below. If you did find this video informative, then make sure to click subscribe.